Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? It's fun food for kids with Miss Eileen.
Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? It's fun food for kids with Miss Eileen.
Hello everyone. Today, what you're going to do here at Shaler North Hills Library, Fun Food for Kids, is a marshmallow flour cupcake. This is just in time. Mother's Day is tomorrow. This is just in time that you can give those moms a special treat.
Those are gorgeous.
So, nice and easy. What you need some canned icing, cupcakes, small marshmallows, and your sugars. I'm using pink sugars for over here. I also purchased some purple and some yellow sugars. To embellish my sample here a little bit, I bought some of the Strawgrass at the dollar store to place on the plate. Okay. So, what you're going to need to do for this is, once your cupcakes are baked, you're going to take your icing, and you're going to put a generous amount of icing on the cupcake, because we're going to place some marshmallows on, and you're going to need something to stick those marshmallows in, so the icing will hold that.
Like icing glue.
Yes, it's icing glue, exactly. You're just going to smooth that around. And then with your marshmallows, what I did was, you're going to take your marshmallows. You're going to use about 20 to 30 small marshmallows. And we know this is how the marshmallow sets. You're not cutting it in half vertically. You're not cutting it in half horizontally. You're going to cut it on the diagonal. So starting from the top of one side, going down to the bottom of the other side. So let me show you here. See if I can hold that on the side. So I'm going to go from one corner to the opposite corner. And that is going to give you one fat side and one pointed side.
Okay.
They don't have to be perfect. Okay. And as you can see, some of the marshmallows are bigger than others, and that's okay. Once you have your marshmallows cut, oh, and by the way, what I also did was, I placed some Pam on a paper towel, so that whenever that marshmallow gets awful sticky on my knife, that I could just wipe that off. Okay, it helped a little bit. Okay, so now I have my marshmallows cut, and I'm going to bring my paper plate over here and place my cupcake on. Now, whenever I first did it, I was picking up, see, the fat end is going to be in the bottom, and the pointed end is going to be the petal of the flower. What I did originally was I took them one by one, dipping them in my sugars, and then placing it in the icing. But what I found you can do, you can throw a couple of them in and kind of twirl them around. And then here again, the fat side is going to go down. Almost looks like mini bunny ears. So, and this does take some time. We're going to go around the outside edge first and move each circle into the center.
It's so worth the time it takes because look how beautiful they look when you're done. So vibrant.
Isn't it? And you can use whatever color sugars you want. I would not advise green because that's the color of leaves, but whatever your favorite color is.
Yeah, but maybe if you're super special grown-ups like hardcore into succulents or something, and then it would be like, oh my gosh, let's do green.
You could make succulents instead of cupcakes. Thank you, Miss Rebecca.
I mean, not that succulents are all green, but you know.
Right, but that's perfect because you know what? As many of you know that yes, I taught cake decorating for years, and if you made an incorrect rose, it ended up being more like a succulent or a cabbage.
Oh.
So I'm just dipping these in the pink sugars. Make sure that I don't get any lost here.
My mom can decorate cakes, and I remember when I was little, she'd be making her roses, and she'd have a thing that it was like a circle on the top, and then it had a stabby thing in the bottom, and she'd set a little square of wax paper and make a rose, and then she'd set those in the fridge or freezer to set before she'd place them on the cake.
You could do that, or you could also just use a pair of scissors and move it over.
I always wanted to take the cold roses and eat them. 'Cause I liked my mom's icing.
Well, my daughter liked the icing that I made also. And what she liked particularly was she liked eating a flour icing rather than just eating some icing.
Ah, well, because then it's pretty.
It's prettier,
yeah.
Yes. And I would make extra flowers so she could have some flowers. She probably wouldn't appreciate me saying that, but hopefully
Why? It's probably a lovely memory.
So, and whenever you set these in, you're setting them down at just a slight angle, that they're not perfectly straight up and down. So it looks like the flower is opening up.
That's really cool.
And whenever I get closer to the end, I'll tell you what I did. Because you want your petals nice and tight. As tight as you can get them. Whenever you get down to the end, you can take the pointed part of your knife and just poke it down into the icing so that it'll stay there. And if any of the points aren't too pointed, you can just pinch it. Poke that down in there with my knife to hold that in. And I think we have one more and we will be done there. Woo! Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that a beautiful flower cupcake?
It really is.
So,
there's some other ones. That's stunning, Miss Eileen. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome, Miss Rebecca.
This episode of Fun Food for Kids with Chef Eileen is brought to you today by Miss Jill's Homemade Granola. And also by Petey, Miss Ing's brother Rob's cat. It is also brought to you today by Miss Ing's cat, Russia, who feeds herself with her paws. Wait for it. You will be amazed. And also by a grant from Iowa City, Iowa. Thank you for your support of Fun Food for Kids.
And we're back with Miss Eileen.
Hello. So while you enjoy eating your cupcakes, your marshmallow flower cupcake, I'm going to read this wonderful story called Everyone Loves Cupcake. Everyone loves cupcake. Coffee loves cupcake. A latte. Cake loves cupcake. I do. Brownie loves cupcake. I'm nuts about her. Angel Food Cake loved cupcake, too. But she didn't count because Angel Food Cake loved everyone. Cupcake worked hard at getting her friends to like her. Thank you, gracie, merci. Everywhere she went, Cupcake tried her best to impress. Her smile was brilliant. Her wave was impeccable. She even wore a tiara. Everyone loves a tiara. Only the tarts were jealous. Look at her. Not a single sprinkle out of place. Cupcake worried a lot about what everyone thought, so she worked extra hard at being extra perfect. She fussed, she fixed, she fussed and fixed some more. And she never stopped talking about how perfect things were. After I rescued these sweet little guys from a burning oven, I alphabetized the spice rack. Cinnamon Bun rolled his eyes. Turnover walked away. And Muffin blew his top. We get it. Everything is so perfect. Who, me? Eventually, nobody wanted to spend time with Cupcake. Can't. I'm an early riser. I would love to, but I have to take a bath. Even worse, they pretended she wasn't there. Nobody likes me. Cupcake sniffed. She was feeling crummy and all alone. Finally, Cookie offered her some advice. Be true, be you. Cupcake smiled. You're really smart. Thanks. Cookie blushed. Everyone loves a smart cookie. May I have your attention? I have something to tell you. Clink, 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 clink. She paused, took a deep breath, and then blurted out, "This isn't the real color of my frosting, and I hate birthday parties." Everyone gasped. The room went quiet. And then everyone cheered. Cupcake's friends took turns sharing their true feelings. I don't really like New York. Sometimes I feel empty inside. I can be a little flaky. Indeed, nobody is perfect, not even Angel Food Cake. They wrote cake was here. Yep, everyone loves Cupcake, especially Cookie. Wasn't that a cute
Very
story?
nice.
So thank you for joining me. This is Eileen at Shaler North Hills Library with Fun Food for Kids.
Bye, Miss Eileen.
Bye, Miss Rebecca.
Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? Who's in the kitchen with Eileen? It's fun food for kids with Miss Eileen.